In today's video, I'll show you 4 habits to copy if talking to people feels difficult. The surprising part is none of them require you to be loud, funny, or naturally outgoing. 1, they make the other person feel easy to talk to. Most people think being good at conversation means having interesting things to say, but the real skill is making the other person feel like it's safe to keep talking. Imagine you're chatting with someone and they mention they've had a stressful week. The average person might jump in with, "Yeah, same. Work has been crazy for me too." And just like that, the conversation shifts back to them. But someone who's good with people does something different. They pause, look interested, and say, "What's been the most stressful part?" That tiny question changes everything. It tells the other person, "I'm not just waiting for my turn, I'm actually listening." This habit works because people relax around people who don't make them feel judged, rushed, or interrupted. It's like walking into a room where the lighting is soft and the music is at the perfect volume. You don't even know why, but you instantly feel more comfortable. So, if you struggle with conversation, stop trying to sound impressive. Start trying to be easy to speak to. Nod when they talk. React to what they actually said. Ask one simple follow up. Let them finish their thought without jumping in to prove you relate. The goal isn't to become silent or passive. The goal is to make them feel like their words have somewhere to land. 2, they use small observations instead of random questions. Ever been in a conversation where it feels like an interview? Where are you from? What do you do? Do you have siblings? What are your hobbies? It's not that these questions are bad, but if you fire them too quickly, the whole thing starts to feel like a job application with worse lighting. People who are naturally good at talking don't just ask questions out of nowhere. They notice something and build from it. If someone says, "I just moved here," they don't immediately jump to a new topic. They say, "You seem pretty relaxed for someone who just moved. Has it been easier than expected?" Now the conversation has a direction. It feels personal without feeling invasive. Think of it like tossing a ball. A random question is like throwing the ball into the street and hoping they chase it. An observation is like gently tossing it right into their hands. It gives them something easy to respond to. You can do this with anything. If someone laughs when they talk about their job, say, "You sound like you have a love hate relationship with it." If they mention they've been busy, say, "You seem like the kind of person who takes on too much." If they're excited about a hobby, say, "You lit up when you talked about that." These little observations make conversations feel alive. They show you're paying attention, not just pulling questions from a mental checklist. And even if your observation is slightly off, that's okay. The other person will usually correct you. And now you have something real to talk about. 3, they match the energy before they try to lead it. One of the biggest reasons conversations feel awkward is because the energy doesn't match. One person is calm, the other is overly excited. One person is serious, the other is forcing jokes. One person wants a relaxed chat, the other is acting like they're auditioning for a podcast. People who are smooth socially understand this. Before they try to be funny, deep, charming, or bold, they first match the temperature of the room. If the other person is quiet, they don't overwhelm them with a huge personality. If the other person is playful, they loosen up a little. If the group is having a serious moment, they don't barge in with random sarcasm just to get attention. This isn't about being fake, it's about social timing. Think of it like dancing. If the song is slow and you come in doing backflips, people aren't going to think, "Wow, what confidence." They're going to wonder why you can't hear the music. Matching energy can be simple. If someone is speaking softly, lower your volume a little. If they're giving short answers, don't panic. Slow down. Give them space. If they're laughing and animated, let your face and voice show more expression. You're basically telling their nervous system, "We're on the same page." Then, once the conversation feels comfortable, you can lead it somewhere else. You can make it more playful, more meaningful, or more direct. But if you try to lead before you match, it feels forced. Match first, lead second. That's what makes people feel like talking to you is natural instead of exhausting. Quick pause. If you're learning how to stay calm, listen better, and not overthink every silence comment steady below. Let's see who's really working on this. 4, they know how to end before it gets awkward. Here's a habit most people overlook. Great conversationalists don't just know how to start conversations, they know how to leave them while the energy is still good. If a chat is going well, they don't cling to it until the moment dies. They end on a warm note, something like, I'm going to grab a drink, but it was really nice talking to you. Or, I'll let you get back to your friend, but I'm glad we talked. Simple, confident, clean. This works because the last feeling often becomes what people remember. If the ending feels relaxed, the whole interaction feels easier to come back to later. So don't wait for the conversation to collapse. When there's a natural pause, smile, acknowledge the moment, and exit kindly. The other person doesn't feel abandoned. They feel respected. And the next time they see you, the conversation is easier to restart. Ending a conversation well doesn't just make things less awkward, it leaves the door open. Because once someone feels relaxed around you, the next thing to notice is whether they start giving little signs that they want the connection to move closer. That's where the next video comes in. Because when someone wants to get intimate, they usually don't announce it directly. They reveal it through certain phrases, softer openings, and small shifts in how personal the conversation becomes. The next video breaks down exactly what people tend to say when they want things to move in that